Welcome everyone to the FinAdvisor learning series. Today we are going to learn about how to create a global stocks portfolio and watch list using Google spreadsheets. Before we start, please have a look at our disclosures. For more disclosures, please visit our website www.finadvisor.com.au. Okay, so let's get started. Today we are going to prepare a global stocks watch list and portfolio, just like this sheet that I personally use. In this example, I'm mostly using US-based stocks, but you can select any stocks from any of the markets that Google Finance supports. So we'll also look into the Australian stocks and maybe some other overseas like Indian stocks when we create the portfolio. But first, let's get started with a stocks watch list. So in order to start quickly, I created a sample template with blank values to save some time. In the column A, we will enter the symbol of the company or the ticker symbol that is called. In column B, we have to manually enter the name of the company. Google Finance does not support automatically populating the company name, so we have to enter it manually. Column C is for current price. Column D is for change in the price over the previous trading day or business day. Column E is change percentage. Column F is yesterday's price. Column G is volume. Column H is shares. I'd just like to remind you that this order of the columns is totally up to you, what values you want at which place. The values or the function will work perfectly all right, even if you change the columns, and there are other values also available. We can also have 52-week low in column I. In column J, we are comparing with another formula, the stock price percentage above 52-week low. Similarly, in column K, we have 52-week high, and column L, percentage below 52-week high. Column M, we are considering price earning ratio of the company in the trailing 12 months. TTM is trailing 12 months. And then column N, finally, earnings per share. So in this case, let's get started. So first, we have to enter the symbol in column A. So when I talk about symbols for the US stocks, you can straight away enter the symbol directly without mentioning the name of the exchange. By default, Google Finance understands the symbol or the ticker without any exchange code. In case of the stocks related to other markets, we have to enter the exchange code, and that we will see when we create a portfolio, a global portfolio for the stocks from different countries. We'll have a look there. So in this case, we have selected the column A symbol as a AAPL, which is for Apple. And once again, all the stocks or any of the symbols that we are talking about is just for demonstration purposes, educational purposes. There are not any recommendations or any financial advice as such. This is not a recommendation to invest in any particular company, whether this company is good or bad. It is just a simple demonstration purposes only. So in the first column, in column C, where we are entering the formula, based on the ticker symbol in column A, we have to enter this formula. Is equal to, just like Excel, when you press is equal to, Google Sheets understands its formula. So we have to enter the formula Google Finance. Okay, so as soon as you start typing Google, it picks up Google Finance there. You can select that one. And when you select that, it will show you the entire syntax of the formula that you can give. Well, all the fields are not mandatory, as I'll show you. In this case, we are just demonstrating a simple formula to get the current price of the stock. So in this case, our stock ticker is in column A. So what I'll do, I'll enter first. I'll just give a dollar sign here, just to make it a constant column. So in this case, our constant column is column A. So I'll enter dollar A, and then the row is 2. So our ticker symbol is in cell A2, and then we have to enter the attribute. Our attribute has to be within the quote marks. In this case, our attribute is price. So we will open the quote and start typing price, and then end the quote. Okay, and then we have to close the brackets because we are not entering any other parameter like start date, end date, or any other thing. That is a bit of a advanced thing. Maybe I will explain you in a separate demonstration. So I'll just close the bracket, and voila, you got the price there. So similarly, you can enter the other values as well, other columns. So we can simply copy the value to the other columns. So let's say I copy this cell value to other column in the change column. So as I entered the dollar in the beginning of the column reference, so by default, when I copy the formula, by default, it picks up the same column reference. It doesn't move with the separate different columns. Okay. So for that purpose, so our column reference is still A2, and instead of price, I'll just change the attribute here to change. Okay. So then it will show the change in the price of the share. So it's a positive change. So Apple shares increased yesterday in the value. Then in the next column, again, we will copy the formula and change the attribute to change percentage. So it will show the percentage change in the share price. Similarly, in case of yesterday's close price, what we will do, we'll just enter close yesterday. Okay, close yes. This is the attribute, I think so. Yep. Okay, then we'll copy again for the volume. Similarly, for number of shares available in the market, shares with a plural. Similarly, 52-week low. So in the attribute, we'll enter low 52. So low 52 is the attribute for 52 weeks low price. Now we have to calculate the current price, how much it is above the 52-week low price. Okay, so how much it is above the 52-week low price in terms of percentage. So we'll enter is equal to, and then we'll enter the bracket, and we'll go back to column C2 minus the 52-week low is in column I. So we'll select column I. Okay, and then close the bracket, and then divide it by the 52-week price again, 52-week low price again. Okay, and we have to apply the percentage here, the percentage format. So you will get the percentage. Otherwise, you'll get it in decimals. Similarly, 52-week low, we'll just again copy the formula here and paste it here. You can do all of them together, but I'm just for the purpose of simplicity, I'm explaining one at a time. Then 52-week high price, you get the high 52. And then again, now we have to understand how much the current price is below 52-week high in terms of percentage. So higher price is obviously the 52-week high price. So is equal to bracket. So we'll select the first 52-week high price, which is in K2, minus our current price is in C2 to close it, and then we divide it by 52-week high price once again. So in this case, it is 10% below the 52-week high price. Similarly, there are other values you can get like price earning ratio, trailing 12 months. You have to change the attribute to PE. Similarly, for earning per share, we can just make it EPS. So you got all the values there. Now you simply copy all of those formulas, and for all the rows, you just simply paste them. I do it in the manual way, but you might have better ways as well. So I just pasted all of them, and your watch list is ready. Based on the stocks you selected, you get all the values displayed here. Just to let you know, these prices are not real time. They may be delayed up to 20 minutes. Sorry, they may be delayed up to 20 minutes, but that's fine. For investing purposes on a daily basis, if you are analyzing the data, the real time price is not really needed. So again, this is not a suggestion or recommendation, and these prices may not be actually reliable. These are available in Google Finance. So before investing, you should consider other forums as well, other sources as well. Okay, if you like this video, then please subscribe to our channel so that you can get the notification for other videos when we post it. And also please click on the notifications to get the notifications, and please subscribe the channel. Okay, now, so this is how you have created the watch list. Again, you can do it for other shares from other markets as well, like from Australian market or an overseas market, let's say Indian market. You can get the shares from there as well. There are a lot of markets supported by Google, so you can get the prices of stocks from other markets as well. Again, when I say stocks, you can actually get the prices for exchange traded funds as well, ETFs, because they are just like shares, just like stocks. So you can get the values of the ETFs as well. Same way, you have to just enter the particular symbol. For US market, once again, I'm repeating, for US market, the ticker symbol you can enter directly without any exchange, mentioning the exchange. But in case of global markets, you have to mention the exchange. And I'll show you how in the portfolio section. Okay, let's go to the portfolio section now. So I have created again this sample sheet with the column headers so that you can understand the references, and I do not waste a lot of time in formatting the sheet, but it is up to you. You can format it in any way, and the basic idea is to create the portfolio. Okay, just for a reference, I will keep the name of the stocks in the other window so that I can do it quickly, just like I did my sample portfolio. Now, suppose we are in the US market. So we just mentioned here that it is our US portfolio and it is in US dollars. So you can mention a stock from the US market. So let's say I'm selecting Berkshire B category shares. And then suppose I bought the stock on 21st of March 2018. Okay, I'll enter the quantity, 30 quantity. My cost price was, let's say, 196.33. Okay, this is a historical price. Again, you can actually get the price from there using a Google Finance formula. But because this is a portfolio, you can, like I'm entering the actual price at which I bought it. I'm not entering it using the value. The value would be, in terms of close price of that particular date, and it's a bit tricky because it goes to a separate column. So that's why I'm not here using it here. In another video, I will explain how to use the historical values or maybe values for a number of days, like 30 days, 15 days altogether. In a separate video, I will explain that to you. So in this case, I have entered the cost price. Now I entered the formula to calculate the total of the you can say quantity and the cost price. So Google is smart here. If I just enter the tab, it will automatically calculate the value. Otherwise, you can just simply multiply C5 by multiplied by D5, which is the quantity into cost price. Okay, now we'll get the current price just for a comparison and to understand the portfolio value. Okay, so I enter again same way Google Finance. I'll select there, and our stock symbol again is in. I'll mention the dollar again, dollar A, and then row number 5. Sorry, row number 5, and our attribute in this case is price. So we'll enter price and close the remember close the quote mark, that's very important, and close the bracket as well. So we'll get the close price, which is 278, and then in order to get the current value, we again multiply with the quantity into the current price, which is in the column F. Okay, so this is how we are getting the current value of the shares that we have purchased. Now, similarly, you can put other formulas as well to understand the profit or loss of the shares. So what you can do for that purpose is you can type the formula is equal to, so we are calculating the profit or loss. So we'll get the current price, not the current value. Okay, so we'll just create a bracket here. Our current price is in column F, then minus our cost price, which is in column D. Okay, not again not the total cost. Okay, we have to select the cost per unit. Okay, so cost price, okay. And then we divide it by the cost price. Okay, again, so D5 F5 minus D5 divided by D5, and then we multiply with the quantity, which is 30 here. Okay, so our quantity is in column C, so we'll enter the quantity there. So in this case, because we have already selected the percentage here, so we have to multiply, so divide it by 100. Divided by 100. Because we have already applied the percentage format here. Okay, the percentage format, the format as percent, so this is already enabled. That's why we have to divide it by 100. Similarly, unrealized gain and loss. So this is the gain or loss in absolute terms for that particular stock. So again, the same thing you can do. You simply write a formula. Maybe in this case, you can use the current value. So you can put the current value minus the total cost. So in this case, you don't need to actually go to the quantity as such. In case of profit or loss percentage as well, you can do the same thing for current value and total cost. But if there are differences, then you may not actually get that difference in the quantity that you are holding. Then you may not get the profit or loss percentage properly. So I just gave you an indication of that, how to do that when the quantity is different. Now these columns are just for reference, just like the watch list. I follow the same thing here. Again, in the interest of time, probably I'll not use them. I'll just copy them. Current price, quickly. We can build all of them. So this is 52 week low. 52. Similarly, this is 52 week high. So we mention high, and again these things we can just copy together. I'll just change one at a time. So P ratio is PE, price earning, and then earnings per share is EPS, and then volume is volume. Okay. So now in this way you can create the portfolio. So we just created a portfolio for one of the stocks. Similarly, other stocks also you can do it. Just for the sake of completing this column, we can do here, but a percentage above 52-week low. So current price is in our column D here. And then a minus 52-week low price, and then divide it by current price. Divide it by current price. So again, it's in decimal format. Sorry, it is a 52-week above. So percentage above 52-week low. So we have to here select the 52-week low price here. My apologies. So it is in the decimal points. Now you convert it into percentage. Click on the percentage format. Okay. Similarly here again, 52-week high price is there. So we have to select the 52-week high price column, then minus the current price is here in column F, and then again we divide it by the 52-week high price, and then again we apply the percentage format. Okay, so that's how. So it is 5% below the 52-week high. Now you can do different, kind of color coding. In this case, I have done a color coding where the price is, more than 20% above the 52-week low or so. So that's something different you can do separately. Maybe some other time I can explain you that. Similarly, you can do it about other stocks. Let's say there another stock is, let's say HD. Maybe let's say I got the stocks at July 2012, and let's say I bought, this is just for explanation. It's just a demonstration purpose. This is not an actual portfolio. My cost price was 64.34, and then rest of the things now you can actually just copy and paste. So just you copy all the columns there and just paste it. So you will get all the values now, total cost. Similarly, I will do quickly GE 24th of July 09. Then remaining things you can do. So once you are done that, all the stocks that you have entered, I'm not doing the other stocks here. Then you have to enter probably you'd like to know what is the total cost of your portfolio. So you just enter as a formula here as a summation. So you can click on this one, and then functions, and then click on sum, and then you can select all the rows that you want to sum up. Okay. So that's your total cost of the portfolio. Now also you can, if you want to enter some cash balance, maybe you can just enter some cash balance if you want, but that you can enter in the current value column or in the total cost column. So whatever, if you have any other asset like that, you can do that as well. Now, similarly, you can copy the formula in the current value so that you can get the current value, and then you can do it for unrealized gain or loss as well, and you can get the same value. Okay, so you can say your gain is $55,000, $55,520. Okay, now since I'm based in Australia and we are doing this presentation for Australia, now this portfolio value is in US dollar, but I live in Australia. So how do I convert the value into Australian dollars? For that also, in Google Finance, there is a formula. You can use this. So you can note down this formula, Google Finance, and then you have to give the attribute as in the brackets as currency. And then you have to mention which currency you want to convert it into. So in this case, the currency that for the portfolio is in US dollar, so I mentioned it in US dollar, but I want it in Australian dollar, so I have mentioned the term AUD here in this cell reference, which is a C17. So I have to select the cell reference for that particular currency code. Okay, so first C3, which is US dollar for the referencing US dollar, and C17 then for referencing Australian. So this is the syntax, and then you have to multiply with the value. So basically, so current value you're multiplying with the Australian dollar. So this is your portfolio value or the US portfolio value in Australian dollar. Okay, so this is another thing you can do on your portfolio. Also, then we go to the Australian stocks, for example, and here I will show you how you can actually enter the Australian stocks in this portfolio sheet. And first of all, you have to know which exchange the the stock is traded, and based on that, you can create that particular stock in your Google sheet. So the easiest way to understand how it will work or how to find out that stock is you can go to this Google Finance website. There you search for the stock that you want. So suppose in this case, I want, suppose let's say a company called say CBA. Okay, so I'll just enter the CBA. If I know the symbol, Australian symbol, I'll just enter it there, and then it will automatically come up as Commonwealth Bank of Australia here. Okay, if the same symbol is there in multiple exchanges, maybe it will give you all the values there, all the company names there. But in this case, CBA is not there in any direction probably, so it gives you directly the actual shares of the Australian market. Now here, as you see, it shows you the exchange. Okay, now you select that, and then you get the code of the stock exchange here, the CBA.ASS. Now, how you have to write it here in the Google sheet is you have to type ASX colon CBA. So ASX is the name of the exchange, and this is the share symbol, ticker symbol is Commonwealth Bank of Australia. So in order to do that, you have to give the ticker symbol for the stock, but before that, preceding that, you have to give the exchange code with the colon. Now, if you just for demonstrating, then suppose we bought the shares on 11th of December 2019, and let's say the quantity was 100, and let's say the price was somewhere around say 68. I'm not sure, but let's say that was the price. Okay, then again we multiply the quantity with the cost price to get the total cost. So I just press the tab here and we get the value here. Now, in order to get the closing price, the current price, you can again copy the formula from here, or you can enter the formula manually. So the formula is again Google Finance A20. A20 is the reference of the stock, and this is the current price. So again, you can get all the values copied from here, formulas I mean, and then you can get all the values in the bottom. So I'm not explaining you once again. It is just I'm saying that you can do it for all types of stocks. So we got a value of the shares of an Australian stock. Similarly, let's say there is another stock. Maybe I want to say Macquarie Bank. So this is just for a demonstration purpose. Again, it is not really, a price of any particular stock that we are mentioning. Let's say, let's say we are doing it in a, say, a 10th of January, let's say, 2010, let's say, and on that day maybe I got 50 shares, and the price of the shares maybe at that time, let's say $25. Okay, I'm not sure exactly what it is, but again, you can copy all those formula, and then you get the value at the bottom. Okay, so this is how we'll get a portfolio value of a in Australian dollars here. Again, you can copy the same, like you may not be able to copy because it's okay. So I already entered the summation formulas here, so you can get the results here, but you can enter them manually. You know those formulas. Similarly, if we, let's say there's a company in India, let's say Reliance. If you want to know if you have that in stock in your portfolio, then again you can go to the Google Finance platform, and you can search for those shares here. Let's say you got a stock called Reliance. Okay. Um, then there are two exchanges in India, but mainly for Google Finance purposes, National Stock Exchange or the NSE is supported. So the stock code of the Reliance is, say, Reliance. So you select the formula you see here. It has automatically come as NSE Reliance. So you can copy it from here, and you can paste it here, but you have to remove one additional space here. Somehow that space comes when you copy it here. So you can again, you just enter a random date, let's say 15th of February, let's say 2020, and let's say you bought a quantity, let's say 500 quantity of that stock, and then the cost price, let's say at that time, I don't know, maybe let's say 1500 Indian rupees, and so you can. So here I have given actually format of the Indian rupees. So it comes with that INR notation, but you can put it any currency, and then you just copy the other formulas, and then you'll get the current price and the total cost and all the value. So same way, copy and paste. You can get all the values. So once again here. I have done the summation of the total cost and the total current value, and the unrealized gain and loss. But of course, the currency format is not right, so I'll just copy the currency format here, and then I'll paste them here. Sorry, my apologies. It has to be only selected cells. So again, I'll copy it here and paste it, and copy it here and paste it here, current value, and similarly I'll paste it here. Now this one is fine. Yep, so that's it. So your portfolio value you're getting in both in Indian rupees, and then you can convert it into Australian dollar. Just the same formula here, but the different cell references, as you can see. C30 is for the currency of Indian rupee, INR currency code you have to enter there, and then for the Australian currency code you have to enter the value in C17. So again, here you have to give that reference, Google Finance currency, ampersand C30 ampersand C17, and the word currency and colon has to be within a quote mark. And then of course you have to multiply that with the value of the stock, which is here in cell number G43. So that's how you can create a global portfolio using a simple Google spreadsheet. In maybe an hour or so. It doesn't take that long. Maybe in one symbol you can do it in 5 minutes, even less than 5 minutes. So you don't need any other tool. Just to understand, but again, in terms of disclaimer of price, these prices are provided by Google, and they are from certain markets, certain exchanges. So I'm not sure, what is their source and how reliable they are. But in general, it is for the working purposes, it should be all right. So thanks a lot for watching that. If you like this video, you can mm, you can subscribe to our other channels. You can visit our website at finadvisor.com.au. You can email us at info@finadvisor.com.au. You can also follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn. Thanks a lot for watching this video, and please subscribe this in the YouTube channel and click on the notifications as well. Thank you, and have a great day.